How to take care of a pregnant stray cat. Finding a stray cat wandering around the yard is one thing. Finding a stray that is also pregnant presents an entirely different set of concerns. She is going to have those kittens one way or the other, so the only question is whether you are going to participate or not. There are very valid reasons for both helping the cat and simply ignoring it. Assuming you do decide to take care of the animal, you are going to want to do it right. Handling a pregnant cat incorrectly could result in unanticipated consequences, some of which you could end up regretting later on. I encourage you to take some time and do plenty of research before you get started. Remember, you are dealing with both Mama and her babies. Before I get into the article in more depth, here are the main things you need to do to take care of a pregnant stray cat. 1. Make sure you give her enough food, lots of small meals each day. 2. Find her a quiet and private place to give birth without interference. 3. Minimize human contact in the last few days before birthing. 4. Keep an eye on proceedings during delivery, but don't interfere. 5. Post-delivery. If all seems well with the cat and her kittens, leave things to progress naturally. First things first. As always, we have to start the discussion by talking about the difference between strays and feral cats. A stray is a cat that is either lost or was abandoned by its owners. Strays are used to human contact. In fact, they depend on it. Expecting a stray cat to get through pregnancy and the early stages of motherhood without help is asking a lot. A feral cat is one that has never been in captivity. It knows nothing about human companionship. It doesn't need human companionship. It is not interested in human companionship. A pregnant feral cat is perfectly capable of taking care of itself and its babies. Why make this distinction? Because it is generally a bad idea to try to care for a pregnant feral cat. Feral cats are already leery of humans, and adding babies to the mix could turn violent. You are better off leaving feral cats alone. As for strays, they typically need as much help as they can get. Trap, foster, neuter. A well-known strategy for dealing with stray and feral cats outside of pregnancy is known as trap, neuter, return, TNR. The goal is to get the cat proper medical care while at the same time preventing it from producing any more children. Then the cat is ready to be returned to where it was found. This strategy is controversial enough on its own, but it is not workable for pregnant cats. An alternative to TNR is trap, neuter, foster, TNF. The goal here is to make sure both mother and kittens get the care they need to both stay alive and thrive. After kittens have been weaned, mama can be neutered to prevent further litters. You will probably want to neuter the kittens as well if you're going to follow this strategy. With that in mind, let us look at the 3 components one at a time. 1. Trapping. This is the hardest part of the TNF strategy. Pregnant cats are more nervous for obvious reasons. So even though you may have a stray cat used to human contact under normal conditions, she might be quite nervous during pregnancy. The closer she is to delivery, the more nervous she will get. The recommended method for trapping is using what is known as a have-harder trap. This is nothing more than a metal trap that looks like a cage with a single door on one end. It traps the animal without doing any harm. You simply bait the trap and leave it near where the cat normally roams. When she walks in and triggers it, the door behind her will close. You can also make your own trap if you don't want to spend the money on a commercial model. Whatever you do, make sure your chosen method of trapping is as humane and non-traumatizing as possible. You do not want to freak the cat out during the final days of pregnancy. 2. Fostering. The idea behind fostering is taking the pregnant cat into your home and caring for her until the kittens are delivered. This may or may not endear you to her as a long-term care provider. You'll have to just wait and see what happens. In all likelihood, the cat will be so preoccupied with her pregnancy that she won't give you the time of day even after you bring her into the house. She will probably start looking around for a place to hide. 3. Neutering. The last step in the TNF strategy is neutering mom. This is considered the humane thing to do in order to prevent her from having any future litters that may not be able to find homes. If you plan to release the cat after she weans her kittens, neutering becomes even more important.